I quit.
What the fuck?
It was the rat.
Yeah, no, that's dead. Hell yeah, brother.
Traumatizing.
We're a murder podcast! Hi there, I'm Audie.
I'm Danny.
I'm Elise.
And welcome to
Breakfast with Bimbos.
I just want to start out that Audie and I,
We're
not
struggling.
doing well.
We are struggling today.
Audie's been sick for like a week. I just got stung by a fucking bee and found out I might have a minor allergy to bees.
When we say that Danny has a Mickey Mouse hand right now,
Yeah.
her hand is swollen.
Insert photo here. It's rough.
It is. I feel very bad for her. She showed up at my house and I went into mom mode.
Yeah, I took a Benadryl, so we're gonna see how this episode goes.
So if you just hear Danny fall asleep halfway through,
Don't worry.
let her.
I'm good.
Let her live.
And I sound like a man, so
Yeah.
we're gonna have a grand old time today. But we're trucking through for y'all, okay? We're still gonna bring you some great episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Unfortunately-
just here.
At least just existing.
Yeah, I don't have any physical ailments.
Just mental ones.
Yeah, but those never go away.
Okay, guys, don't hate me. We're talking about kids.
Fuck, dude.
I'm sorry. So,
Because of course we are.
we are going to be talking about Joseph Augustus Zarelli, better known as the Boy in the Box. Don't know if y'all have ever heard of this.
The mystery boy, the mystery
Yes.
kid,
Yes.
and the suitcase.
This was a unsolved cold case for over 65 years before it
Damn.
was solved. So I really wanted to cover this today. I would like to go ahead and say for our YouTube people, but also for people who don't watch the YouTube. First off, if it has ever been your concern that the YouTube videos are graphic, if you're concerned that they're going to be scary, I'm going to show you crime scene photos, I don't. We never post a photo of a body. I can fucking guarantee that. I think it's disgusting when people do that. Also, of course, it's on YouTube. There's also limitations. Thanks, YouTube. But please don't be afraid of the videos. I promise there is nothing in there. If it is a crime scene photo, there's no blood. There's nothing you could see. It's just like disarray of the space that it happened in. We are never going to post anything like that. So if you have stayed away from the YouTube videos for that reason, please check them out. I promise they are actually really funny. But if you are someone who is going to watch the YouTube video today, normally we have a lot more photos to show. Unfortunately, because of the time and because this was an unsolved case, 99% of the photos are of this dead child. So we are not going to be posting those or promoting that. I have a couple photos where there's blacked out spaces because I did not want to show that part of the photo. So this is a fully censored episode. Just be aware. This is safe. Don't worry. You're not going to see anything like that. All right. So we start off on February 25th, 1957. A body of a young child is found by a man who's checking his rabbit traps. So rabbit traps was like a thing back then. It was illegal to do, so it was like a very underground, like you don't talk about it thing.
and he went, hey, I'm checking my rabbit traps.
Yeah, well these rabbit traps were actually left in a dump site, so it was somewhere that you're not going to go and check for them, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sees this body, it's wrapped in a plaid blanket, off the road, and inside of a box. There's like a couple other cloth items in there too, like it's very hidden. But he's fearing that the police are going to report that he's illegally hunting rabbits, so he doesn't report the body.
Oh.
A few days later, a college student spots a rabbit running into like the underbrush, and he's like, oh, there's a trap under there, I'm going to go steal that rabbit. I guess rabbit was just very sought after in the 50s.
That's crazy.
I think it probably has something to do with the value of rabbit fur.
Yeah, or like
Wait.
rabbit's feet.
Dang. I was like, could be recession food.
That too. So this college student literally pulled over his car and then got out to go and get this rabbit, pulls up the underbrush and finds the body of this young child. Does the same thing where he doesn't want to get involved because they're going to find out he was hunting rabbits, so he doesn't make a report until the next day. He only makes a report because another missing person is broadcasted and he's afraid that that was the body he found.
Oh.
So the body of this small child was found inside this cardboard box, and this box contained a serial number, and they traced it back to J.C. Penney. If you were wondering, J.C. Penney has been around since 1902.
What the fuck?
Yep.
I've heard about this.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they've been around a very long time. But they traced it back to a JCPenney store that was about 15 miles away from the crime scene. The box was a bassinet baby cradle. So 12 of these baby cradles were sold from this store, but all of them were purchased with cash, leaving no trace to find out who purchased these boxes. 8 out of the 12 people did come forward and claim they either still had their box or they had tossed it out to the trash so anyone could have taken it. So guys, we're getting rough, okay? We are talking about a child. If this is gonna trigger you, maybe skip this whole episode. So the boy was found wrapped in blankets, but otherwise he was completely nude. His hair had recently been cut, and pieces of his hair were actually found, like, with his body.
Oh.
There was severe signs of malnourishment, some surgical scars around his ankle and groin, and an L-shaped scar underneath his chin. Also extensive bruising. So this led the autopsy report to state that he died from malnourishment. So he starved to death.
That's one of the worst ways to go, because it's not quick.
No. So the police officially opened the investigation on February 26. They took fingerprints from the boy's body, assuming that somebody must have been looking for him. Nobody came forward looking for this little boy. 400,000 flyers were printed with pictures and drawings of the boy. The crime scene was combed over by over 270 police officers.
Whew.
In the comb-over, they discovered a man's blue newsy cap, which was like maybe 10-15 feet away from the box. So the hat had the name of a nearby hat shop inside of it. So when they went to the hat shop and asked about the hat, the lady who worked there said that it was a hat that they not only made, but the man who came in to purchase it paid extra to customize it by adding a leather strap with a belt buckle on it. So it's like a very unique hat.
Yeah.
The man paid cash, of course, and was never seen again, despite police going to over 100 stores in the area around the hat shop to see if anyone had seen the man, the hat, or the child.
I'm assuming the answer is no.
Nope,
Of
no
course.
leads.
That would be too easy.
The only other things found was a child's scarf and a man's white handkerchief with the letter G in the corner. All of these items were found in the box with him, but because it was a landfill, there's no way to tell if they showed up with stuff in the box already or if they took things from the landfill to hide the body.
Oh, yeah.
This is so fucked up, but it's kind of reminded me of that SpongeBob episode where he has like a tissue, a chip, and like a penny. And that's all they had.
I really thought you were going to say the episode where him and Patrick are in the box.
No!
And I was
sorry,
like,
but
oh my god. The police were so desperate that they ended up posing the boy's dead body to take photos of him to try and make him look alive to find his parents.
They did that for someone else. Who was it?
They do it for a lot of people back in this time.
I remember specifically talking about it though. Was it the smile?
Oh, the Black Dahlia?
Black Dahlia. I think they did that with her as well.
Oh shit.
Oh.
See, there was photos of her, but she wasn't like reconstructed. This is like they dressed him, they placed him in a chair, sat up, like took photos of this dead boy trying to make him look alive.
It reminds me of, we covered this case. The guy, is it Israel Keys? Where he took photos of her like she was still alive.
You're
No,
right.
that's the one that I'm
That's what
talking
it
about.
was.
That is what I'm talking
You are correct.
about.
I forgot about that.
And she was on the chair just dead.
Yep, you are right. So those photos
holding
were
the
put
newspaper.
into the flyer,
Oh.
which is why I covered the flyer. So the photos you saw.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up. Guys,
Yep.
why y'all do that? I understand wanting to find these people, but like,
Damn.
I think it's worse if the family like finds them through that photo because
Yeah.
like they know that he's already dead.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
They would have had
Okay,
to.
Wow. So now we're getting into the theories because there is nothing else to tell us what happened to him. So the first theory, and keep in mind, we have solved this case today, but I still want to go through the timeline of things. So, theories. There was a foster home a mile and a half away from the crime scene. And in 1960, one of the employees from the medical examiner's office that did the autopsy for this boy was somewhat obsessed with this case. He was so obsessed that it was on the forefront of his mind until he died in 1993.
Oh my
Damn.
god.
Which also makes me sad because he died without ever knowing that we solved it.
No, because you basically devoted his life to that.
So he devoted it so hard that he talked with a New Jersey psychic who told him over the phone that there's this house near the property, and I'm going to describe it. That's the house that the little boy lived in. So he brings the psychic to the crime scene, and immediately she walks straight for 1.5 miles to this foster home that perfectly matches her description.
Oh, she walked there.
Yep.
Oh, I got chills.
When they pull up to the foster home, they're doing an estate sale where they have a baby cradle similar to the one that would have been in the box the boy was found in. There was also blankets on the clotheslines out back that were very similar to the ones that he was wrapped in.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh. Wait, but imagine, what if it wasn't from foster home?
Foster home.
What if it wasn't from that and they had like multiple kids? So they had bought this bassinet, they threw out this box, and like the blankets were on the clothesline. Someone could have just yanked both of those.
You're right.
Could have been false lead, too.
Yeah. Well, so the theory with the foster home, though, is the owner of the home had a stepdaughter. And supposedly, the boy in the box was the stepdaughter's kid. And he killed and hid the kid because he didn't want anyone to know that she had had a kid out of marriage.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
But police did investigate, and they determined that all the foster children that were supposed to be in the foster home were accounted for. So they didn't follow the lead any further.
But he probably wasn't on record.
Exactly. Especially with being so malnourished.
How old was he?
So he was 4.
4. Like, if it was her kid, she would have had to hide him for 4 years before killing him.
Yep.
Which it would make sense because she, I'm assuming, worked at that foster home, so she could have just kept him there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially playing off that he's up for adoption.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you know if they lived in the house?
I could not find anything that confirmed that. I would assume so. The only thing I found, which it was only one line on the Wikipedia page, so take it with a grain of salt. Later in life, that man married the stepdaughter.
Ew!
Oh.
Which makes me believe, if this theory was true, which we technically know it's not because we know who he is. But if it was true, I'm sorry. You raped your daughter, and that's why that kid happened.
Yeah.
And that's why you got rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
Because you were going to get publicly shamed, too.
So theory number 2 is that a woman only known as Martha or M came forward in February of 2002 claiming that her mother stole and killed a child.
Why?
So she claims that her mother and father purchased a boy named Jonathan from his birth parents in 1954 and afterwards went about killing him. I do not know why. She did not have an explanation for why.
Crazy people.
Well, and that's the problem. She had an extensive history of mental health issues. So even though police wanted to look into it and believe her, they ultimately didn't.
That's so sad. I was also thinking that it could be tied similarly to the last theory. She could have had, like, a kid out of wedlock. There's so many factors that could have promoted this being real.
Well, and here's the other problem, is that she kind of had 2 stories. Because at first she was saying it was her kid that the mom stole. But then it was that she bought a kid off of somebody else.
Bought a kid is crazy.
So this brings us to theory number 3. A forensic artist developed a theory that the victim had actually been raised as a girl, and that's why nobody noticed a little boy missing.
Oh.
Everyone was looking for a little boy when really a little girl was gone. So the reason that he thinks this is because of all the hair that was found on the boy's body. It was like really long hair. And the other piece of argument for this is that apparently the kid had well-kept eyebrows. But in my head I'm like, damn, the kid could just have nice eyebrows.
Yeah.
I know several adults that have nice eyebrows that haven't done anything.
Right? So in 2008, he actually released a drawing that he did of what the little boy would look like with long hair. Like more as a girl, basically.
Do you know if they DNA tested the hair strands?
So during the time, DNA testing wasn't a thing. Because it was
Right.
1954. But, and I don't even have to say we'll get there because we're here, bitch.
Thank God.
In 1998, his body was extracted from his grave and exhumed, and DNA evidence was obtained from his tooth. And on March 21st of 2016, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children released a forensic facial reconstruction of the victim and added him to the database over 60 years later.
Holy shit.
So the child was unidentified, like we said, for decades.
Mm-hmm.
But on November 30th of 2022, the Philadelphia Police Department announced that through DNA testing, they could prove that he was part of a prominent family in the Delaware County of Pennsylvania. December 8th, a few weeks later, the child was publicly identified as 4-year-old Joseph Augustus Zarelli. On January 19th of 2023, a month after his identity was made public, his parents' names were made public and reported.
Oh.
Unfortunately, Joseph's biological parents were Augustus John Zarelli, known as Gus, and Mary Elizabeth Plunkett, known as Betsy. They were both already deceased.
And that was in 2023?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
But his name being Gus means that the handkerchief in the box with the boy could have been from the family because there was a G on it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It could have also, like, just been the kids, too, but I believe that it might have been the dad.
Alright, are you ready to shed a couple tears? We have a kind of a good end date, okay? Despite everything. So police, this is crazy. Do you want to know how they identified him?
How?
Police got DNA from one of his first cousins because they uploaded their DNA to one of those websites.
Ancestry?
Yeah, like 23andMe.
Dude, I found I found 2 cousins through that site.
That's how they identified him. So after she uploaded this sample, they reached out to her to say, like, hey, we think you're related to this boy. Would your mother give us a sample? Because then it would be directed to his parents, you know? Because they were first cousins. She agreed, and that's how they found out who his parents were.
Oh.
The court officially made a birth certificate for him in 2022.
Oh.
Joseph was originally buried in a potter's grave. In 1998, when he was extracted for the DNA testing, he was reburied at Ivy Hill Cemetery, which is where he is today. So this cemetery not only donated a large plot, but the headstone, coffin, and funeral service for the boy were paid for by the man who originally buried him in 1957.
Oh.
To this day, it's still decorated with flowers and toys.
I'm just glad that person who paid to, like, bury him the first time was, like, still around.
I was like
was,
oh my god!
He's keeping up with the case.
Like, killed me when I read that. It was like 2 a.m. when I was reading this, and literally I was like, I don't have time to cry right now.
Oh.
So originally his headstone read, America's Unknown Child, and underneath it was, Heavenly Father, bless this unknown boy. In January of 2023, on Joseph's 70th birthday,
Oh.
he was gifted a proper headstone with his name on it.
Oh,
So that's his old one, and that's his new one.
Oh.
that's so sad but so sweet at the same time. The little
Yeah.
toy cars.
So that is the story of Joseph Zarelli. It makes me want to die.
So they still have, like, I know that it's closed, but they still have no idea, like, how he died, right?
His official cause of death was malnourishment.
Malnourishment.
So
but
they just assume that his parents didn't want him, especially because the parents, as far as I could tell, were never married. So, you know, during that time, that wasn't okay. Because from everything I saw, the woman never changed her last name. So I'm assuming they never got married.
More specifically, how did he end up in that situation? Like, did someone...
More than likely, the parents took him there, or at least the father.
So that's like the
Dumped him.
case closed theory. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe it.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we are kind of at a standstill because the parents are already deceased.
Are already dead.
Yeah.
And they didn't have any other children or anyone close to them, family-wise, that knew anything.
So the cousin that they found through, like, the DNA tests, would that have been his mother's sister? The one that got tested?
The one that got tested, yes, it was the mother's sister.
So did she have no connections at all? Like, before
More than
then?
likely, yeah. So I don't know if it was like a foster situation where they just never met, if it was maybe same dad or same mom, but not same, otherwise like half siblings, could have been something like that. But no, they were not close, did not know each other, or if they were close, she didn't know anything about this boy. It was kept completely under
Right,
wraps.
because her dad.
So they didn't know anything.
Damn, that's so sad.
Yep. I'm just so happy that this was solved.
Yeah.
After all these years, like, that's insane.
I mean, I'm sure there's more information that they still haven't released or have found, and I'm hoping that maybe one day
Yeah.
there will be more information that will be released, and
Yeah.
it'll, like, help out these people a lot more.
This is another one where if I ever encounter him in heaven, I'm gonna be like, hey, you, John Bonet, get over here. I need both your stories
Yeah,
right
I
now.
need right now.
In my head, you're best friends.
Yeah, because they're similar in age, right?
Yeah.
She was still a kid.
She was 6.
Yeah.
He was 4.
poor babies.
They would have gone to high school together.
Shut the fuck up. No, very different time. He was born at 54.
Oh my god, you're so right. This Benadryl kicking my ass, bro.
We blame the Benadryl.
Yeah, and my stupidity.
So, this was not a fun one, you guys. Apologies, there's no funny moments.
It was not fun, but it is solved.
It is
so,
solved.
Give or take, that's it.
Yep. I promise next week, whew, we got a fun one.
I'm excited.
Y'all should be. It is one that has been requested since one of our first episodes.
Holy shit.
We're going back, baby!
We still have like 20 requests, but like we need more.
We need more, guys.
Because some of them, they aren't long enough to be bigger episodes. So we're gonna do like a mini episode, so no case is too big or too small.
Yeah,
We want them all.
We'll talk about everybody.
Want them all.
Leave comments, leave reviews, leave everything. Give us your wallet.
We need money.
Actually, we're going to pickpocket you.
Yeah, if I see you on the streets, I'm coming for you.
We'll give you a button and maybe burp on you and then leave.
Yeah.
That's
I'll give you a Benadryl, you'll see the Hat Man.
Oh my god. Can we be that for Halloween? Can we be
Of course we can.
Oh.
I would fucking love that, actually.
That'd be so funny. Elise could be just the pill. I'll be the bottle.
I'll be the Hat Man.
You're the tallest. You have to be.
Yeah.
You say yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us, even while we're struggle busting, because I sound like this and Danny has been dying over here.
Yeah, no, I'm not well.
We're here. I'm surprised we're survived this long.
I just be existing.
Yeah. Guys, we're almost to episode 30!
That's fucking crazy. It
New
felt like
theme
yesterday
song.
we literally just did the theme song.
I know. But new theme song coming soon. Also, don't forget, in between the weeks where we would post episode 29 and 30, we take a week off because we are mental health girlies.
Mm-hmm.
So don't fret, we will be back. But sometimes we need a break, okay? Yeah. Check out all of our things. They're all linked below. I'm not going to bother you with them anymore. If you've gotten to this long of an episode, I would hope you've checked us out on everything.
Mm-hmm. YouTube, we got Discord, Instagram. I will take Venmo.
We set up a buy me a coffee thing.
A Patreon, maybe.
Maybe in the future. If you go to the Instagram, and the bio is our link tree, and you can see everything from there.
It's
also in the bio of this very podcast episode.
Stupid? Wait.
We've gone through this before.
Elise, we literally did this, I think, last episode.
Hey, you know how I am. Is it clickable? Bio of every episode. It is clickable.
Yeah.
Man.
I know, I thought of everything, you guys.
You're so smart.
I'm just really dumb.
Guys, we've been hammering down on this podcast. Let me tell you what. I've been working around the damn fucking clock making shit for y'all.
Yeah, she has. We're gonna have some reels coming out, so hopefully y'all will like those.
By the time you're listening to this, they're already out. Please, go look at the TikTok. I beg of you.
It's so fucking funny.
If you are someone who listens to us and doesn't watch the YouTube videos, please check out the TikTok and our Instagram where we post some of the funniest clips from YouTube. Mm-hmm. Anyway, with all that being said, I'm Audie.
I'm Danny.
And this has been a very sick episode of Breakfast with Bimbos! You waited for me to hit and start.
Yeah.
Hey, this is me.
Wait, tattoo idea? Get a pin on your knee. Pin knee. Well, you already have a bee. The bee's knees. Pin knee. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. I hate it.
It reminds me of that comedian. I forget what her name is, but she has the president's tattooed on her knees.
What the fuck are you talking about?
She has Abraham Lincoln and George Washington on her knees. And when someone asks about it, she goes, yeah, it's because it's $6 to spread it.
That's crazy.
To preface this clip, we are not talking about a human being. We are talking about a mannequin photo. Enjoy.
Why the butt look like that?
That's just how they look in these photos, like autopsy things.
Okay.
How do you want it to look? Do you want a fucking BBL on her?
No, I was just like, why it's so round?
Let me out. Let me out. This is not a drill.
Woo!
The Hat Man's coming for you.